All right, so today I wanted to talk about my daily healing routine. I also wanted to talk about, I wanted to be specific because my healing routine changes a little bit over time. See, when I'm in the worst of the worst, when I'm going through hell in so many ways, like when I'm at when I was at my severe neurological condition at its worst, everything was going wrong in my life, especially, my brain just wasn't functioning right. Or a couple of years ago when I was really going through it with the severe eczema that was all over my body, all over my hands, all over my arms, all over my body, everywhere, all over me. And when I was going through these things, or if I go, in the future, God forbid, hopefully not, but if I face something else again that pops up, my routine is a lot different than what it is right now. Right now, I'm in like optimized maintenance mode, which means that I don't have to eat 100% strict, say, all fruits and veggies all day long and only follow perfect medical medium. I'm at like 90% medical medium on a day-to-day basis, and that's perfectly fine. And if you're in maintenance mode, you're not trying to heal something, you're not trying to overcome like major, chronic sickness or symptoms, you can be in maintenance mode. You still want to be cleansing every single day. You still want to be, giving your body the nutrients it needs to be at its like absolute optimal peak. You still want to be putting in the right things and not putting in the wrong things. But occasionally you can get away with, cheating a little bit, like, once a month, say. Or you can go out and have like a not so great meal every now and then. It's not the end of the world. If you're in maintenance mode, it's not a big deal. If you're facing something major, you really don't want to be doing those things, and you really want to be focused on trying to be as much at the 100% mark of medical medium protocols as possible. But even in that situation, if you don't want to go all out, like I understand there's things that happen, there's, events that people have, there's different things that they have going on in their life. Maybe they have birthdays, they have weddings, they have, different things pop up, and everybody's busy. I totally get that. I'm not saying that you have to do that all the time. I'm just saying if you want to have the fastest route to healing as quickly as possible, the best way to do it is to be 100% in it, like the 28-day detox extended is kind of like the way I look at things. But with that said, here's what I do. And again, have some grace with yourself. Be as good as you can be, but don't put too much pressure on yourself where you burn out. Like, you don't want to be like, oh, I have to do 28-day cleanse. I have to be perfect. I have to do this cleanse. And then all of a sudden, like, 2-3 weeks later, you're so burned out and tired and exhausted from trying too hard to be perfect that you end up falling off and then going back to a regular, sad, standard American diet or something of the, like. So what I recommend instead is do the best that you can. Give yourself a little bit of grace. But when you're in, times of like crisis mode, we'll call it, and you really need to step things up, try to be as close to, the 100% as you can, which means like as close to just all fruits and veggies all day long, and then like, steamed potatoes at night type of thing. So let me just tell you actually where I'm in crisis mode, and then tell you where I'm at right now in maintenance mode. So on a day-to-day basis in crisis mode, this is what it looks like for me. Wake up in the morning, and by the way, you'll notice a lot of overlap between maintenance mode and crisis mode. Just there's some subtleties, there's some differences. Again, I'm probably 90% of like where I would be at, 85, 90% where I'd be at in crisis mode, where I'm full on medical medium. Everything's like perfect, fruits and vegetables all day long. But even still now, it's like very close to that. But anyways, here's where I'm at when things are at their worst. It's wake up, 32 ounces of lemon water. 20 minutes later, 48 ounces of celery juice. About 35, more like 45 minutes later after after the celery juice, is the Heavy Metal Detox Smoothie. You have the wild blueberries, you have the bananas, you have the oranges, and then you have the spirulina, barley grass juice powder, cilantro, and then Atlantic dulse. So you have all these ingredients into one giant smoothie, and I've always added in way more wild blueberries than the recipe calls for, but that's the great thing with the Heavy Metal Detox Smoothies. You can't overdo it with any of these ingredients. As long as you have the 5 big ones that pull the heavy metals out of your body, your brain, your liver, etc., throughout the body, it's pulling metals out safely and efficiently. As long as you have those 5 key ingredients, the wild blueberries, cilantro, barley grass, spirulina, and the dulse, those are the 5 key pullers. As long as you have those in combination within a 24-hour period, by the way, it doesn't even have to just be in that heavy metal detox. It's just the best way to do it, the easiest, and also the tastiest. It's an incredibly tasty drink. But as long as you have all 5 of those ingredients within a 24-hour period, you're golden. And you can even, like, if say there was a shortage of one of these ingredients, you couldn't get them, for whatever reason. If you're doing like a combination of like 3 of those ingredients, you'll be okay for an extended period of time, and you'll still be pulling out a lot of metals. It's just optimal to have all 5. But with that said, I always add in a couple extra cups of wild blueberries. I have a giant smoothie, and that's like my breakfast, like my official breakfast is that. I don't even know how many ounces, I don't count, but it's probably anywhere from 50 to 60-ish ounces of just giant smoothie going into my body. And then after that, like this, again, this is crisis mode. It's nothing but fruits and veggies throughout the day. So every couple of hours, it's dates, it's bananas, it's mangoes, it's organic strawberries, it's pineapple when I can get some pineapple, it's watermelon when I get some watermelon. It's all of these fruits and veggies that are absolutely, and it's incredible amounts of bananas. Bananas are the key thing that I have. I like having 4 or 5 bananas at a time, when I can, because they give me calories, and I need to keep my calories up. Especially because I go to the gym a lot, I work out, I need to keep as many calories in my system as possible. Otherwise, I found this in the past, I'll lose way too much weight. I'm like one of the few people who has a problem with like losing weight like that. Like, if, a strong wind comes, I lose a couple of pounds. I'm kind of the opposite of a lot of people in the medical medium community, where they want to lose as much weight as possible. I'm kind of like, I want to maintain my weight, and I don't want to get too light in my weight, because I've always been into like, bodybuilding and just kind of going to the gym and being active. So I need to keep my calories up. So I have exorbitant amounts of bananas, especially in crisis mode. I'm eating 12 to 15 bananas easily a day throughout the whole day. Which is kind of insane to think about, but it's about, medium banana, about 100 calories, whatever, a day. I'm trying to get myself, as many calories as possible. It's not like, it's not a crazy thing. And obviously the healing part is way more important than, losing a few extra pounds, because the weight will come back anyways. But to me, it's important to keep those calories up, especially because I'm being active. But anyways, dates and the bananas are incredible for keeping the calories up, giving you the glucose you need, that your brain and body needs, your liver needs. And then also just healing, have so many healing positives when you're doing this type of diet. And if you're in healing crisis mode, you want to have fruits and vegetables throughout the day. You want to keep out all fats as much as you can. Keep out extra protein that you don't need, because again, that has a lot of hidden protein, hidden fats in it as well. And even the protein itself burdens the liver down if you have too much of it, which Anthony talks about in the past. So it's nothing but fruits and vegetables every couple of hours. You can have, like, say, a few bananas with like a celery stick, or a cucumber, or tomatoes, things like that. Like, those are the personal ones I like. You can add in whatever you want as well, but that's what I'm like on crisis mode. And at the end of the day, I love steamed potatoes. So I won't do it every time, but say like 3-4 days out of the week, I'll do the steamed potatoes instead of just all fruits and veg. Instead of just all raw fruits and veggies throughout the day, I'll add a little bit of steamed potatoes, which also is good for your calories as well. And it's also perfectly fine. If it's not 100 out of 100, it's a 99 out of 100, and it's absolutely acceptable. And still, because the lysine and because of many other beneficial effects of potatoes, steamed potatoes, you're still retaining so much of the healing properties that you would from eating fruits as well. So don't get like bogged up on the steaming thing. If you got to steam some potatoes, steam some squash, perfectly cool, perfectly acceptable on this. And that's what I'm like in crisis mode, is just this all day long. And I just rinse and repeat every day. It's like, I'm a machine. I wake up and like, this is my mission, and I get to it and I get it done. And it's done. This is the number one thing that changed my life in terms of my health and my healing. And then also, of course, the supplements, the liquid B12, the liquid zinc, the magnesium glycinate. I like alpha lipoic acid. I like nettle leaf. I like ashwagandha. I like turmeric. I like lemon balm. I like, what else? Golden seal, 2 weeks on, 2 weeks off. I like licorice root, 2 weeks on, 2 weeks off. I like a B complex once a day. I like exorbitant amounts of vitamin C. Personally, this is me, talk to your doctor, check with whoever your practitioner is. But I love vitamin C, and I've taken it for years, high amounts. So I'll take, 12,000 milligrams easily in a day, sometimes 16,000 milligrams scattered throughout the day, and 4,000 milligrams or so doses. But again, that's me. I'm not telling you to do that. I'm just saying what I do in crisis mode. I really up my vitamin C levels, up my antioxidant levels big time. That's primarily the supplements I'll take, and I'll take these, a couple of times throughout the day. Olive leaf is another big one that comes to mind as well. And yeah, those are the glutathione as well. I'll take a couple of glutathiones throughout the day. And then also aloe vera gel. I love the gel. Having that a couple of times throughout the day, about 2 to 3 inches. I'll cut it off and just chew the gel. At first it's a little weird, but I'm telling you, if you take it a few times, after like a few weeks, you get used to it, and actually you start to like the taste of it. And this is incredible for your skin. It's incredible for healing your liver, all these different things. It's wonderful. If you're in crisis mode, you should really consider bringing in some type of aloe leaf. But that's what it looks like in crisis mode on a day-to-day basis. And I'll just stick with this for, I'll do it like hardcore for 90 days. I'll do it for 4 months. I'll do it in, I've done it in the past 6 months straight of doing this. But, and then I'll back off a little bit, and then I'll still keep most of it, and I'll be in more of like right now I'm in true maintenance mode. If I'm backing off of it, I'll still keep most of that, but maybe I'll add in a little bit of like lentils or something at the end of the day instead of like just the steamed potatoes. Or maybe I'll add in a little bit of quinoa instead of the steamed potatoes, or a little bit of rice instead of the steamed potatoes. And just add things, and then some steamed like broccoli, steamed peas and carrots. I'll add those things in as well when I'm backing off a little bit and trying to get a little bit more diversity and some honestly like tastiness into the diet again, so I don't feel like I'm like burning myself out. And then I'll do that for a few months until I'm out of crisis mode, and I'm back to feeling like normal again. I'm back to feeling healthy and like myself again. And right now I'm in maintenance mode. And maintenance mode actually consists of all those things. It's just now I'll have meat a couple of times a week. I'll have meat maybe 3 times a week or so, half the week. I'll have some meat with rice, and that's pretty much the only real difference. Like I'll have chicken, or I'll have like sirloin steak a couple of times, maybe 3. At the most, it would be 4 times a week, but most likely like 3 times a week. And then I'm still doing the other stuff the rest of the week. Like that's maintenance mode to me. All this stuff, and then I back down a little bit from some of the supplementation. I'm still doing most of those things, but not at as high of a dosages, and maybe like cutting a couple things out here and there. But that's maintenance mode. And also maintenance mode is actually being able to go out every once in a while, and not saying this, you should do it, but every once in a while being able to go out and have a drink. I haven't had a drink now in probably 3 or 4 months, but maintenance mode allows me, because I'm fully healthy again, to, if I want to, go out and have a drink or 2 with friends, literally a drink or 2 with friends. I can actually do that. And again, I haven't done it in so long anyways. It's kind of like I don't really even enjoy drinking anymore, but I'm just saying I have a wedding coming up and thinking of in a couple of months, and I probably will have a drink or 2 at wedding day for my best friend. And that's what maintenance mode allows you to do. You're still doing all this incredible stuff. It's just that now you don't have to like be so crazy about being like 100%. You can back off a little bit and be at 85% or be at 80 or 90%. It's like you can still heal at that percent. It just slows things down a little bit and actually allows you to honestly enjoy life a little bit more, because you're not so crazy caught up with everything being perfect. And it allows you to have like, like guacamole and some of these fats that like maybe olive oil, you want to cook with olive oil a little bit, or you want to have like healthy snacks. You can do more of those like snack things that aren't like pure like fruits and vegetables, and still be healthy and get away with these things, because now that you've brought your health back, you're actually able to withstand some of these things, as opposed to before. You're not able to do these things because you're going to stop yourself from healing when you really need that healing being done, when you need those nutrients, when you need your liver to be cleansed, when you need your brain to be detoxified, when you need all these things for your body to function and to get back on its feet, so to speak. You got to really be dialed into this as much as possible. But when you're in maintenance mode, you can get away with some of these things. Just don't go overboard is what I would say. I highly encourage you to join our group, our new, brand new group that we just created called Heal with Justin. Click the link below and join the group now. We have all kinds of resources, information, videos, community discussions in there. It's really an incredible group and has all the best resources and information on really out there anywhere on the internet. And it has a lot of information and content that we can't post, in certain specific places. It's all in this group. So join now. If you're in the group already, I highly encourage you to post, speak up as much as possible. The more you put into the group, the more you get out of the group. But that's it for now. Take care, and I'll talk to you soon.